It's the wrestling world's favorite time of the week because Cam and B Money are here.
Yeah, it's time to recap those shows, baby.
Everything you need to know, we got it. So
it's
listen
right
up.
here.
Listen up. Kind of a mixed week for me in the wrestling world. A few hits, a lot of misses in my book.
Okay.
Specifically AEW. We're gonna dive into all that nonsense. WWE slightly, but mainly AEW.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. So let's start with Raw. Braun Breaker demolishing Dragunov to become the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship.
By referee stoppage.
This was rough, you guys. This was very rough, but also worth a match. I've said this in weeks past. Dragunov is fire. He's intense. And Breaker is going to be a huge star one of these days. I can see it. He's going to break through.
Yep.
He's putting in the time. I love what we're doing with him. Dragunov is incredible to watch.
Yep.
I have to see him every time he's on. And Braun Breaker's ferocity, it was just too much for him.
Oh, my
It
gosh.
was too much for Ilya. That is saying something.
Yeah,
It was
'cause
even too much for him.
Ilya's incredibly intense, so...
He hit Ilya with this spear. It looked like he was going to get split in half.
Oh.
He even hit his head on the ring apron. The hardest part of the ring
Yes.
is where Dragunov hit his head, and he had to bow out. The ref called it, and I felt for this guy. I honestly could have seen that match going either way.
Oh, I could
So
have
for
too.
them to call that, very concerning. I hope Dragunov's okay. I'm sure he's under concussion protocol. Hopefully back very soon.
Kind of makes you wonder if that was supposed to be the finish or not. Because he really did hit his head pretty hard
Really
on that
did.
ringside,
Yep.
so...
He really did. The hardest part of the ring, like I said. We now know, everybody, it's official. Seth freaking Rollins,
Seth freaking Rollins!
will officiate CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. CM says that he is medically cleared.
I'd say it's amazing. I think somebody called that last week.
Medically cleared.
I'm pretty sure somebody said that was going to happen.
He's going to get hurt on Monday, for sure. He's going to get hurt. But my question about this whole scenario that's going to unfold, what exactly does this do what is this set up for Seth Rollins?
That's it. I think it just adds him into the mix. I mean, you've got two of the most powerhouse players in the WWE right now, in CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins is always at the top of his game. So this just kind of throws him in the mix, keeps him relevant without having to actually get in the ring.
I could see that, yep. I just don't know if they needed this type of setup for this match. Somebody's getting screwed over. Maybe both are getting screwed over. I don't know. Maybe CM and Drew team up and knock Seth out. Get him out of the way first from the get-go. We'll see what happens.
Claymore to start the match.
Claymore to start the match. Let's do it. Wyatt Six laid out Chad Gable this past Monday, you guys. They finally made a move.
Yep.
Bo Dallas finally made a move. Uncle Howdy. So we had Chad. We had the Creed Bros looking sharp, by the way.
Looking good.
Looking good. Just verbally and physically just attacking Otis and Tozawa.
Yeah.
They totally deserved it. Which led to Uncle Howdy hitting Gable with a Sister Abigail. It was picture perfect.
It was beautiful. Even with the kiss on the forehead, man. It was perfect.
Just magnificent. I still am not 100% as to why they're targeting Chad. I'm sure it has to do with him berating his team and making everybody his henchmen, doing his bidding. My question about this story is, does it culminate at SummerSlam?
Culminates? I don't know about that. I think it will definitely come to a head at SummerSlam. I don't know that it's going to culminate there. I think it's definitely going to hit there, though.
It needs to, because honestly, I'm getting bored with the White Six. I need to see you in action.
I agree. We need a tag match. We need something that kind of shows, that they can actually still wrestle. It's not just about the story.
Let's have them, let's make them credible now to the audience, that they can actually wrestle and perform. So does this culminate at SummerSlam? I hope so, but probably not. This story's probably not going to end there at SummerSlam in a few weeks.
No, it's not. We've got I think we've got at least until Survivor Series until we see it all come down.
Until they even step in the ring for an official match?
I think they might have a match at SummerSlam, but I don't think the whole thing is going to end at SummerSlam. This is going to go on for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Because we still don't know why.
We don't know why.
So,
and we're slowly, each week, getting introduced individually to members of the Wyatt Six.
Yep.
We also saw Gunther talking some more smack about Damian Priest. This, to me, is such a great gimmick for Gunther.
Jeez.
He is really coming into this entitled character, this spoiled brat child that just wants the title handed to him, versus a guy who came from nothing, had to fight to be in the position that he's in now, the World Heavyweight Champ. What a story we've set up. I love it.
You see, and I kind of see it a little bit differently. I don't see him as the spoiled brat that comes out and just wants the title handed to him. I legitimately think that he thinks that there's not a chance in the world that Damian's gonna beat him. So he's like, you might as well just give it to me. It's gonna happen anyway. I don't think it's a spoiled brat thing. I think he just knows that he's the best.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I think Gunther, always calling him street trash, homeless, versus Gunther, who came from this great background story that they're setting up. Yeah, that's the story in my book. I liked when Damian actually rushed to the ring, threw hands or tried to throw hands. I mean, they were in the ring fighting, in the locker room. They fought out of the whole arena. It was great.
Yeah, it was. It was a good series of events there.
Yeah. So we had Dom. He officially calls it quits with Liv Morgan. They are officially done, he says.
That was a good set of promos, man.
That was a good segment.
I enjoyed that a lot.
That was how we ended the show. But is it all a ruse? That's my thing.
It's a good question.
I'm thinking yes. I mean, Rhea's face now. What is Dom? I don't see him as a face.
I don't know, man. She licked his face. I don't really know how I feel about that.
There was tongue-to-cheek action, definitely.
I felt a little strange about that one.
I mean, I think the Judgment Day is going to turn on Rhea. I mean, on this week's show, she put Judgment Day's tag title in jeopardy.
Yeah, she did.
JD and Finn, they lost to Jey Uso and Sami Zayn in a tag match. Had that been for the titles, they would have lost.
It'd have been done.
It would have been done. I think they're getting pissed at Rhea. For all the damage that she's done and is doing, versus Liv, who's basically handing every member titles now.
Yep, basically.
I thought it was interesting how Rhea says that Jey Uso is off limits.
She did say that. I don't understand that, but...
And Jey is without a doubt a face.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that too. I think... I don't know, man. I really don't see a storyline with those two, but I don't know, man. WWE's been known to do some strange things.
They definitely are. Twists and turns are coming. They're going to unfold. You need to, if you haven't been keeping up with this story, this is the story you really want to follow.
Yeah,
it's getting good.
This is a good one. You don't know where anything's going at this point.
I'm not a Judgment Day guy, never have been, but this story really is electric. It's getting good. Let's move on over to SmackDown now. Important things that happened, which we do need to say. This was pre-taped.
It was.
Due to a tour in Japan that they're currently on. LA Knight received a nice beat down after his win. He was beat down by Logan Paul and Escobar. Now we know what's going to happen with this title. Will Logan lose in his hometown in front of friends and family? Is this how we do it? Is this how it goes down?
I think it has to. I mean, I think you've put too much stock in LA Knight at this point.
Yeah.
You know that he's one of the most popular people on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
You know that he can carry this division when Logan Paul's only there once every month if you're lucky.
Right.
I don't see any reason not to put it on LA Knight at this point.
Totally with you. Logan, I mean, LA Knight's story is, it's mirroring Cody Rhodes. And
it really is.
I'm like, if you don't finish it this time, then forget about it. Your chances are done. This
Yeah.
is it for you, LA Knight. You have to win it here.
Yeah, it's time for LA to get a title. It's way past time, actually.
It is way past due. Totally agree. Tiffany Stratton's friend, Nia Jax, promised to get her new Money in the Bank briefcase that fits her style. So we are going to get a new briefcase, and I would love to know what it's going to look like. Hopefully we see that pretty soon.
I think we're going to get a bright pink briefcase.
Brought something Barbie themed.
Yes.
So, but this tells me with the briefcase remodel that she's going to hold the case for a while.
I don't think so, man.
Why remodel if we're just going to cash in within 2 weeks?
I think that's the thing, Nia Jax is going to give this to her, and she's going to turn right around and give it back to her. I think that's what's going to happen.
I don't know. To me, it signals we're going to hold it longer than I originally thought.
I don't think we're going to see that.
Now, what's interesting about this past Friday is Nia did pin Bayley.
She did.
In their tag match. So is that a little foretaste of SummerSlam coming up?
I could see it. Bayley really hasn't done a lot with the title at this point.
I haven't been impressed with her title reign at all. Not even in the slightest.
So I could definitely see Nia walking away with this on Saturday.
I think she should. Let's do a nice Damian Priest cash in on Drew McIntyre. Give me that.
Okay.
Give me something quick right off the bat. Sure. But I just don't know. That remodel of the briefcase makes me think she's going to hold it for a while, and we're going to further develop this friendship, in quotations, with Nia Jax.
All right.
I did see a nice gauntlet match to determine the number one contender for the WWE Tag Championships.
Yeah.
We knew from the start of the show when Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu were paired up that they were walking out the winners.
Come on.
Right?
Anytime Jacob Fatu's involved, man,
they're not losing.
There's a win in place.
They're not losing. And WWE is really needing to establish the Bloodline 2.0 as this credible, dominating faction.
Absolutely.
So there was no way they were going to lose this. No way.
No.
I mean, we're billing them, especially Jacob, as this unstoppable force, right?
Absolutely. I mean, every time he goes out, has he even been touched at this point? I feel like he has just gone out there and dominated everything that he's touched.
Yeah.
There's no stopping Jacob Fatu, and I'm telling you, man, he is a future world champion in WWE.
I agree. I see a lot of speculation online that he may actually be a double agent for Roman Reigns.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Cody Rhodes had a segment remotely, said that he wants a one-on-one meeting with Solo next week. Solo says, yeah, we're going to meet. But also calls out Roman Reigns in the process. He says, you know where to find me.
Yeah.
What? This is the first time WWE has hinted that our tribal chief may appear at SummerSlam.
I'm telling you, man, this is the time, man.
This could be it.
It's got to be time. I mean, he's been gone for too long.
Is he done filming? Yeah.
We haven't seen him since WrestleMania. I really think we're gonna see him and Paul Heyman at SummerSlam.
Nice. That's the B Money exclusive.
Boom.
Now, if you're asking Cam, I just haven't seen enough evidence yet to confirm that Roman Reigns is going to be popping up. There's so many routes we could go. We could introduce members of the OG bloodline slowly, starting with the non-essentials like Jimmy. But we'll see. I'm leaning towards a no. I'm leaning towards a no that Roman will not be there.
Okay.
He may be sending somebody, I don't know who, maybe the final boss, I don't know, somebody that's done filming his new mega hit movie.
I think we're going to see Jimmy before we see the final boss.
I think you're probably right about that. That's your quick recap of the WWE shows, all the important stuff. We're going to be talking about AEW next.